Good morning, Tubi. Someone here would like to also say good morning. He's waving at you. He misses you very much. Today is Wednesday, May 27th. May went by really fast, oddly enough. Maybe not for everyone, but for me it did. Today we're just going to remind you to study for the final test, your spelling words, your religion study guide. Make sure you're paying attention in your lessons this week because that reading test online will be based on this last lesson, lesson 30. We've been doing a lot with, we will be today too, doing a lot with adjectives and adverbs. So please make sure that you're paying attention. We are still thinking about summer and the beach and hopefully a more normal summer. And I think that hopefully soon it may be coming. All right, today I'm just going to talk briefly about what you're doing in math and the other subjects on your assignment list today. And then I'm going to end with a brain pop for math. I want to end with it because I'm going to shut off my video. And well, quite frankly, I never know how to turn it back on. So we're going to end with the brain pop video, so I don't need to worry about that. So let's get right to it. In math today, hopefully yesterday you were okay. We're still talking about measurement, but this time it's about the foot and yard. More than one would be feet. Okay, so what are you going to do? If you don't have measuring tape, I don't know how many people have a yardstick at home. If you do, great. You still want to think about how long this is. Now, if you still have your paper ruler from yesterday, it's only an inch ruler and it only goes to 6 inches. But if you think about it, you can double that and you'll get your foot, which is 12 inches. So you would just have to count everything twice because you'd be doing it in 6-inch increments, which can be a little confusing. But today we want to think about the foot. 1 foot is about 12 inches. So that's well, if you have a regular ruler, it would be 12 inches. But if you have that 6-inch ruler from the back, then it's 2 of them. It's about the size of a football, actually. If you look down here, a ruler shows 1 foot, which is about the size of an average American NFL football. This confused a couple kids last year because they were thinking of the smaller Nerf ones. I don't know how long they are, but we're talking about that big brown football. And then we're talking about the yard today, which is important to know that it's made up of 3 feet. So you'd be able to put 3 of the footballs here, which is 36 inches. My dog just got excited. And that's about roughly the size of a wooden baseball bat. This is good to know. Why? Well, if you're estimating like you are today, and you know these objects, the football, the bat, then it'll be a little easier for you to estimate. So again, I don't have the exact pages that you're working on. This is the one page I don't want to go down because it does give the answers. But you're going to estimate common household items today using the foot, again, 12 inches, and the yard, which is about 36 inches or 3 feet. Okay, have fun with it. And I challenge you to find a few other things in your house. If you do have measuring tools like a tape measure, measuring tape, and they are different. Tape measure is the kind of the tool you always have in your toolbox. It's normally silver and it pulls out and then it snaps back. Kids always like that, but they always end up hurting themselves, and adults sometimes too. Measuring tape is the stuff we use if you want to be a fashion designer. A couple of us want to be fashion designers in our books this year. That's what you would use. It's normally white and thin, and it's wobbly. You can move it all around. You can wrap it around your waist, which I hate measuring that, but you can wrap it around your head. See how big your head is. They do that when you're little at the doctor's office. But that's a little easier to measure things that are not a normal size. If you wanted to measure Mr. Michael Anderson here, you would need measuring tape. You want to do how long his head was from here all the way around. Measuring tape would be the best thing to use. But we also have the yardstick. That's the one that's always on my chalkboard ledge. It's hard, long, and it's normally wooden, like the one in the picture there. But I have seen them differently. Sometimes they have metal ones, which always scare me in a classroom. But So these are the tools that we're looking for. Hopefully you have something like that in your house. I know we have a tape measure here, so that's probably what we're using here. But I challenge you to get around your house and measure some things that are not on the pages. So try to do that today. Okay? All right, let's look at our rest of our day. We're still studying for writing this week. That's your assignment every day. Keep studying the words. Make flashcards if you need to. If you just have them written when you wrote them 2 times each, that lesson, and then this week from yesterday, and you just want to keep going over them that way, that works. You don't have to reread your story today, but remember you always can. And you're still working with adjectives and adverbs and our spelling words this week. So that'll be some practice in there. And then in your Eucharist book, don't forget at the bottom it says to study, that page we gave you last week for finals. Okay, tried to wrap it up because I wanted to end with this video. So I'm going to end with your Inches and Feet Brain Pop Junior video today. And I know you like these guys, so I think you will enjoy. All right, as always, good luck. One more video tomorrow. Friday, I will not have a lesson video because we will have our whole class Zoom, which I will hopefully already have a timeout to today. And I'd like if everybody could do their best to make that. I know it's not always work, it doesn't work for everybody, but do your best, okay? Do your best today. Good luck, and see you tomorrow.
You think Selden's gotten longer? We should measure him. You got a ruler? That's okay, Moby. How do you measure without a ruler? I know that length is how long something is. Width is how wide something is. And height is how tall or high something is. Selden isn't very tall or wide, but he is long. Let's use something to figure out Selden's length. Well, it's easier if we use something that's flat and straight. We can line up crayons to find out Selden's length. It's important to line them up in a straight line with no gaps, or else we couldn't get an accurate measurement. Selden is 1, 2, 3, almost 4 crayons long. You found it. A ruler can help us find exact measurements. What are inches? Well, an inch is a unit of measurement, and we can use inches to measure small objects. When you measure something with a ruler, it's really important to line it up with the 0. Right, this bolt is 1 inch long. We abbreviate inches as IN period. Let's measure it. This screw is a little more than 2 inches long. It's longer than the bolt. This nail is close to 4 inches long. It's the longest. So, how long is your birdhouse, Moby? That's a gigantic birdhouse. We should use it as a doghouse instead. Maybe you measured it using feet instead of inches. How can you measure using feet? For longer objects, we can measure in units called feet. Well, kind of, except we have different sizes of feet. If we measured with your foot, we get a different measurement than if we measured with my foot. That's why we have one standard foot that is the same. This ruler is 1 foot long, which is equal to 12 inches. Let's see. Your doghouse is about 1, 2, 3 feet high. This is the abbreviation for feet. FT. I guess there are tons of ways to measure. Maybe in a few weeks we can measure Selden again and see if he's grown. Nice hat, Moby.
All right, Tubi, get to work. See you tomorrow.